Just think for a moment. You locked your smartphone inside a locker, completely cut off the internet connection, and completely isolated yourself from the outside world for 9 days straight. Author Chris Bailey conducted exactly this extreme experiment on himself. Although for the first 2 days his brain was deeply restless due to the lack of dopamine, from the fourth day, a miraculous change occurred. His focus became so sharp that he finished his entire month's work target in just 5 days. And from today's video, you will get to know how to scientifically crush surrounding distractions, double your brain energy, and achieve long-term success without burnout. Ways to crush distractions or attention-diverting elements. We think that the notifications, social media, or messages that come around us only waste a little bit of our time. But neuroscience says that every time your attention is broken due to a notification, the brain takes an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds to regain full focus on the previous task. This is called attention residue, meaning distraction does not just take away your time, it makes your brain lazy and dull. There is no need to force the mind to increase attention, just removing surrounding distractions in a scientific way makes the attention naturally sharp like a laser. To understand this terrible form of distraction, author Chris Bailey conducted an extreme experiment as part of his project. He decided to completely put himself in digital isolation, or isolate himself from technology for 9 days straight. He kept his smartphone locked, cut off the internet connection, and stopped communicating with any human being. For the first 2 days, his brain was restless due to the lack of dopamine, and he felt a severe boredom. But from the fourth day, a miraculous change occurred. Since there were no surrounding distractions, his brain became completely calm. He noticed that where previously reading a page of a book took him 10 minutes, now in just 2 minutes he was reading even more complex articles and memorizing them completely. His writing speed and creativity had increased so much that he finished his entire month's writing target in just 5 days. This case study makes our subconscious mind realize our ability to focus is there by birth. It has just been suppressed by the clamor of cheap distractions. To become super focused by being free from distractions, the author gave 3 specific practical formulas. Distraction Audit. After sitting in your workplace, create a list of which things take away your attention the most. For example, phone notifications, colleagues, or room noise. Wall of resistance. Before starting work, create a difficult barrier in between the sources of distraction. For example, keeping the phone silent in another room or blocking all social media sites on the laptop. Internet-free work blocks. Practice working offline by completely turning off the internet for at least 1 hour every day. This strengthens the brain's muscle to pay attention. The secret formula to recharge your physical energy or energy. No matter how much we try to save time, if we do not have sufficient energy or strength in our body, then that time has no value. Author Chris Bailey has psychologically shown that productivity is not just a calculation of the clock's needles, it is the calculation of your body's fuel. When you work in an exhausted, sleepless, or malnourished state, it can take you 4 hours to do a simple 1-hour task. Giving the body fuel, food, sleep, and exercise in the correct way naturally doubles your work speed and brain performance. To test this effect of the body's energy, the author conducted a difficult experiment in his productivity project. He decided to sleep an average of only 4 to 5 hours every day for a month straight, ate plenty of fast food, and completely stopped physical exercise. He thought that by saving sleep and exercise time, he would be able to work for more time. But the result was completely the opposite. Within just 2 weeks, his problem of brain fog or muddled thinking appeared. Even though he sat at the desk for 10 hours, due to distraction, he could not write more than a one-page article and remained in a highly irritable mood all day. The next month, he did exactly the opposite. He started sleeping 8 hours daily by rule, completely stopped eating sugar and processed foods, and started going to the gym every morning. The author was surprised to see that although he sat at the desk for less time than the previous month, his energy level was so high that within just 3 to 4 hours, he wrote such extraordinary articles which he could not even in the previous entire month. This case study makes our subconscious mind deeply realize that to increase work, it is not time, but increasing the energy inside oneself is most important. To keep the body and brain at peak performance, the author gave 3 specific practical formulas. The Fuel Rule. The author said that whatever you input into your body, you will get exactly that kind of work output. Although artificial elements like sugar and caffeine give temporary energy, they cause a quick crash. Therefore, the author gave the formula of eating directly low-processed foods such as vegetables, nuts, fruits to keep the blood sugar level right. Sleep Hygiene Formula. The author showed that reducing every 1 hour of sleep wastes at least 2 hours from your working capacity. Therefore, sleep cannot be reduced to accumulate work, rather a schedule of at least 7 to 8 hours of deep sleep daily must be maintained to recharge the brain. Energy Booster Movement. The author proved in his project that light exercise of physical labor of 20 minutes for just 3 days a week increases the flow of oxygen in the brain, which is the biggest natural medicine to eliminate laziness. The secret key to calming the mind and long-term success. Most people think that being productive means always keeping oneself trapped within a hard boundary of rules and doing nothing but work and work all day like a robot. But author Chris Bailey has revealed an ultimate truth at the end of the book. The real purpose of productivity is not to make life mechanical, but to enjoy life. If you constantly create mental stress upon yourself or cannot organize yourself, you will very quickly become a victim of burnout or extreme mental exhaustion. The real key to remaining successful and active for a long time is being kind to oneself, keeping the mind calm, and prioritizing one's mental peace alongside work. To understand the importance of this mental peace, the author conducted a great experiment in the very last week of his 1-year project. He gave himself an impossible target of working 14 hours every day and adopted extreme harshness upon himself without giving any opportunity for pleasure or rest. He thought that as a result, his work graph would touch the sky. But within just 5 days, he noticed that due to excessive mental stress, a kind of intense loneliness, depression, and a severe hatred towards work had developed inside him. Even though he sat in front of the laptop, his brain had completely stopped working. Then, realizing this mistake, the author gave himself a complete day off on the last day of the project, went into nature to spend time, and meditated. He realized that when the mind is calm and happy, ideas come on their own. This case study deeply explains to our subconscious mind that nothing big can ever be achieved by whipping oneself excessively. The peace of mind is the biggest driving force of your work. To maintain long-term productivity by keeping the mind calm, the author gave 3 specific formulas in the book. Mindfulness. The author spoke about focusing on one's breath by closing the eyes for at least 10 to 15 minutes every day. This calms the brain's amygdala or stress center and increases the capacity to pay attention many times over. Compassion towards oneself. Even if work gets ruined someday due to laziness, stop considering yourself guilty. The author has scientifically shown that people who can easily forgive their own mistakes can start work the next day with double enthusiasm. Weekly review. The author gave the formula of taking 1 hour at the end of every week to calculate one's work. Analyzing with a cool head what went well and where mistakes occurred this week gives the brain a clear roadmap for the following week. So friends, if we want to remember the main 12 lessons of this entire book, The Productivity Project, at a glance, they are: Number 1, stop being blindly busy and choose your correct goal. Number 2, procrastination is not a problem of time, it is a problem of the boring feelings inside your mind. Number 3, productivity means the perfect combination of time, attention, and physical energy. Number 4, do the difficult tasks exactly when your body's natural energy is at its highest. Number 5, every morning choose just 3 core goals which will give you real success at the end of the day. Number 6, to stop present laziness, create an emotional relationship with your future self. Number 7, identify the most profitable 20% tasks of your career and give the lion's share of your attention there. Number 8, a calm mind and deep focus make your every minute most valuable. Number 9, to increase productivity, artificially limit or shorten your work time frame. Number 10, take small breaks between work in the correct way to recharge the brain's energy. Number 11, multitasking exhausts the brain, so focus on only a single task at a time. Number 12, silence the world of cheap distractions and dive into deep work for at least some time every day. Your ultimate task for today: you do not have to practice all 12 rules of this entire book together. To overcome laziness in your life, follow just rule number 5 today. Waking up tomorrow morning, write down the names of your 3 most important tasks of the entire day in a diary, and do not lay a hand on any trivial task without finishing them. Let me know in the comments, are you ready to take this challenge?